All right, so hello. Welcome to the Accepted Student Open House. I'm glad you guys are interested in Springfield College, and the purpose of today is for us to give you a little bit of introduction to our department, the biology and chemistry department, what the programs we offer, and field some questions from you. So let me start by introducing myself. My name is Hai Kinnell. I am the chair of the biology chemistry department. I've been here since '98, so 20 some years. Great place to work, great place to teach, great students, and thus I've been here so long. Joining me today is Dr. Melinda Fowler, and I'll let her introduce herself to you.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for taking the time to join us. I have been at Springfield College. This is my 6th year. My background is in animal physiology. I did my PhD on elephant seals, and I teach classes like introductory bio, evolution, what else I teach? Animal bio. I also teach a class. We go to Costa Rica and study tropical rainforest ecology. And I could also help you find things like internships relevant to the type of work you might want to do. So that's me.
Great. And let me just add, Dr. Fowler just got her tenure, so she will be here a while. Congratulations. Okay, and joining us also today is one of our students, Deanna Carlone. I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Deanna. I am a senior in the sports biology program here at Springfield College. I also have a minor in chemistry. I'm also a member of the cross country and track team here at the college, as well as the a cappella group.
Very good. Yes, Deanna's one of our best students. She just got accepted into pharmacy school, yes, of her choice. So congratulations, Deanna. Okay, so back to me. My field is molecular biology. I teach genetics, and I also teach anatomy, physiology, development, self-phys, most upper level classes. Anyways, let me share a slideshow with you so you can see some pictures while we're talking. All right, so this is one of our chemistry labs. The department is a combined biology chemistry department, and we're in the same building. We occupy the 2nd and 3rd floor of Shu Bemis Science Center. There'll be a picture of it in a minute, but it is one of the chemistry labs. The labs, the building was renovated in, I wanna say 2010, something like that. So the building's relatively new. The equipment is relatively new. So that's a good thing. This is our students in environmental science. They're out doing field work. I'm not sure what they're counting here, if it's their plants or bugs, but anyways, doing a population sampling, it looks like. This is one of our freshman students looking through a dissecting scope at a specimen in our probably the bioscience lab, which is the freshman biology class. This is definitely the bioscience lab. Yeah, looks like they're looking through a microscope there. A little higher magnification to look at slides instead of specimens. This is, I believe, the organic chem lab, because this lab, the desks are set up in a round, and then students face the instructor in the middle, and then they can turn around and work in the hood. So that's an interesting, well-designed lab. And this is an anatomy and physiology lab, and the instructor's obviously talking about the skeletal system. Chemistry lab again, bioscience lab again. This is evolution, when they're obviously taking measurements of the skulls to compare skeletons and fossils. And this is our building. Like I said, is pretty newly renovated, so everything's pretty much up to date. Oops, just went to slideshow. There you go. Yeah. Okay, so like I said, we're a combined biology chemistry department. We have 13 full-time faculty and 2 support staff, mostly biologists and obviously some chemists. We have 8 biology laboratories and 4 chemistry laboratories. We also have cell culture facilities and some instrument laboratories. And we have a large foyer that has a big TV and wireless internet connection where students like to lounge and wait for their class or just to gather. For our majors, we have basically 3 majors. The traditional biology major, which covers all aspects of life, plant, animals, fungi, bacteria, etc. And then we have the sports biology major, and that most students ask us what that is because we're pretty unique in this particular major. And really, the sports biology major has a human focus. So instead of taking plant biology or ecology, you would take classes in the exercise science department. You would take physiology of exercise and kinesiology, and you are required to take human anatomy and physiology instead of having that as an elective, right? So basically all the biology classes that you would take is geared towards the human condition. And it's our most popular major because most students that come here to Springfield want to get into athletic training or exercise science, or they want to prepare for graduate school. And some of those graduate programs are on campus, the physician assistant program, occupational therapy, physical therapy. We have all those programs on campus. And actually, most of those students in those programs take our classes. That is, they take the biology and the chemistry requirement parts of their program through our department. So you'll be sharing classes with a lot of those students. And then our newest major is environmental science. And obviously, as the name implies, you're studying the environment, you're studying global warming and environment impact of the human condition, etc. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay, if you have any questions at any time, obviously just ask. Okay, so other things we have available are secondary programs. In Massachusetts, in order to become a teacher at the secondary level, you have to major in your field and get the education licensure. So for students that are interested in to become a teacher at the high school or middle school level, or even elementary school level, you're basically doing a double major. So let's say you want to become a high school biology teacher, you have to major in biology, but you also have to major in education and take all the pedagogical classes that teach you how to teach. So if you want to become a teacher, it's important that you come to us early so that you can fulfill the requirements of both majors so that you can finish your degree on time. Okay, so we do have that. And then we have a bunch of minors available. The most obviously, the most popular minor is chemistry because our biology students are required to take some chemistry classes already. So they will have already fulfilled some of the requirements towards their minor. And a minor is usually 15 credits of the sophomore level or up classes. And there's other minors that are popular with our students. Nutrition is one, rehab and business, and a variety of other minors are available. You just have to take 15 credits of sophomore level or above classes. Okay. So in terms of the biology and sports biology major, the freshman year, the first year courses are very similar. This is the fall and the spring semester. Generally, students take about 4 or 5 classes because To graduate, you need 120 credits to graduate. So that works out to be about 30 credits per year or 15 credits per semester, right? So about 15 credits per semester. Lectures are 3 credits and labs are 1 credit. So you can see here, for example, in this particular course load, you would take bioscience, which is the introductory biology class in the lab. So lectures 3 credits, labs 1, so that's 4. Then general chemistry and the lab, again, 3 and 1, so that's 4 more for a total of 8. And then English and math, these are college requirements. These are lectures at 3 credits apiece. So 8 plus 6 is 14. Right, so this particular semester, you're taking 14. Then another semester, you'd have to take 16, so that eventually your total number of credits is 120 for the 4 years of undergraduate study. Okay, does that make sense? Anybody lost? Okay, and this depends, right? If you, for example, if you took AP or CLEP credits, you may not have to take the English, you may not have to take the math, you may not have to take the biology. It depends on what AP or CLEP credits you got and how you stored on their exams, or also the international baccalaureate credits also count. So the number of credits you have to take may vary depending on what you come in with. And then you'll have an advisor who will have to meet with you. You have to meet with your academic advisor before you sign up for classes, so that we ensure that you're on track, that you know what courses you're signing up for, and you're fulfilling all the requirements in about the right time. And we'll advise things like, if you're an athlete, right, you try to load up your schedule in a semester where you're not athletically active, so that you have more time, right, when you are in your sport, right, that you don't have as heavy of a education load. Okay, so you will be guided through course selection, and everything's kept tracked electronically. So we have a degree audit system that keeps track of all your classes, so that you know where you stand in terms of major requirements, college requirements, general education requirements, etc. Okay. So besides classes, you do have some additional work in the department that you can definitely volunteer for. One is undergraduate research. I'm pretty excited about this because I'm the oldest person, well, one of the oldest in the department, and the department is very young. For example, we just hired 4 faculty and 1 more next semester. So at least 5 brand new faculty who are bringing in fresh ideas, right, for research, and they want to do work so that they can get tenure, right? So there's a lot of research opportunities for students in our department right now. So that's very exciting. We also have field work. That's mainly related to the environmental science major. We do have a different time for the environmental science major. So if you're interested in that major, let me know, and I'll set you up with the Zoom link and everything, because that is being handled by another faculty in our department. Okay, but the point is we do have field work, and that is mainly environmental science, things like the Nature Conservancy, the Sierra Club, etc. I got a chat, so let me just check what that's saying. Oh, yep. So Dr. Fowler just put up our internship website. So feel free to click on that so that you get to that link, and then you'll have that on your computer. Okay, thanks, Melinda. We also have internships. Now, because we are not a clinical department, right? So the PT, OT, PA programs, those are clinical programs. So they have clinical internships as part of their study. and you have to pay for that and everything. And the number of seats in those internships are limited. And that's what limits the size of those programs actually. But we're not a clinical program, so we don't have clinical internships, but we do have some internships with local businesses. For example, we have internships with applied chemistry and Contest, which are a couple of companies in the area. They're in Agawam and East Longmeadow, neighboring towns, but they're environmental testing companies. So you can do internships with them, and actually the Contest internship is a paid internship. So you not only get credit, but you'll also get paid through that particular affiliation. If you're interested in healthcare, we also offer, or we can set up shadowing, right? We'll try to connect you with somebody, with an expert in the field, right? A doctor of your choice, hopefully, or a dentist. So yes, we do have some shadowing opportunities, but those are not credit bearing. That's just for experience, okay? If you are interested in healthcare, we do have affiliation agreements with some medical and dental schools. So these are the schools that we have affiliations with. And basically the affiliation agreement is something we work out with each of these institutions. So they vary a little bit, but basically if you have a certain GPA, if you score a certain score on the MCATs, for example, right, then you are guaranteed at least an interview with them, right? So it's just a way for you to get your foot in the door, right? So yeah, so they just make a certain number of slots, interview slots for Springfield College students. And a lot of our students have gone on to some of these medical schools. So it's a good thing. In terms of where our graduates go, this is just a quick summary, right, of where our graduates go. You can see a lot of them do go into medical professions or allied health professions, as you would expect for a biology major, right, or graduate school. Some do go into education because they do want to teach. Some go into business, and some go into research. Okay. Just another slide is saying basically the same thing, right? The professional schools like chiropractic, medical, a lot of osteopathic schools because we're affiliated with a lot of those. Now, osteopathic school is a medical school, right? And when I first heard about osteopathic medicine, you know, I immediately thought of bones, right? Because like osteo is, you know, a prefix for bones, but that's not what that means. Right, the osteopathic medicine means it's a more holistic approach towards the patient, right? So they're not just treating a particular disorder, but the whole wellness of the patient, right? So it's a slightly different take on how patient care is performed, but they are medical doctors. They do have to pass their boards, right? So anyway, just a little clarification there. Graduate school, as already said, right, there are some very popular programs on campus, PTO, TPA, exercise phys, and a lot of our students do go into that, and our department do supply a lot of students in these programs. And then students do go into business and work, right? I will tell you that, you know, a biology degree is usually not enough. You usually need something else, right? You need either a certification or an advanced degree to become a teacher. For example, you need to pass the state boards, right? The MTELs, and then you have to get a master's within 6 years. So most of these careers do require additional training, right? And you probably expect that. Now, if you want to go into the workforce with just a bachelor's, that is available and it is growing. This is something I got from the government site. I forget what the site was. But anyway, so they do talk about biological technicians. So biological technicians begin their career with just a bachelor's. and median pay is here. You can see about 46,000 a year, about $22 per hour, right? And that is a bachelor's degree in the biological sciences. And the rate of growth outlook is better than average. So there is, you don't have to go to a professional school afterwards, but there is opportunity with just a bachelor's degree. So that's basically what I have to tell you today. I do have some other opportunities for you. If you wanted to come see some of our classes, we do have some classes that will be available on Friday. Right now, as you can imagine, we're in a hybrid format, right? Most of our lectures are remote. Our labs are at reduced capacity, and because of that, they're shortened, right? So that we can rotate the students in and out of lab. So you can join these classes via Zoom on Friday. There's two opportunities from 9 to 10 o'clock. There's a virology and immunology lecture. This is a 300 level course designed for majors and for the PA students, the physician assistant students, from 1:30 to 3:30. Actually, it's 1:30 to 2:30 because the labs are shortened. That's my lab for in bioscience. This is a freshman biology class. So these are the Zoom links. So if you are interested in dropping in to see what a class looks like, it's not normal because we normally don't teach this way, but it does give you an opportunity to drop in to see how we're teaching during the pandemic. Okay, so that's it for my spiel, and we'll all field questions. Well, wait, let me before that, Deanna, you want to add anything about your experiences here?
Yeah, I can talk about a few things. For starters, we do have a really good tutoring program here at Springfield College. So for a lot of the classes that you will be taking, we do have on the second floor of the library, the Academic Success Center. So you can reach out and get set up with a tutor. It's suggested that you go at the beginning of the year, right off the bat as you're signing up for your classes. So that is definitely something to look into if you are interested. As well, the professors hold office hours. So that's something that throughout my time here at Springfield, I've gone to several times, even just to say hi, or if you have a couple questions on homeworks or exams, you can either go to their office hours or, well, right now it's virtually on Zoom, but as well as set up time outside of that. Throughout my whole experience, professors are very willing to set up time for appointments, even outside of office hours. So there's a lot of opportunities for help on campus. So one big suggestion that I have is to simply ask, because I don't think there's a single person here on campus that would say no to helping out others. So that's number one. Let's see. In terms of just kind of why I chose Springfield, mine's very similar to Lydia, actually. I really wanted a smaller community where, when I'm walking around on campus pre-pandemic, there isn't a single time that I didn't know someone who I crossed paths with. You get very close with all of your peers as well as the faculty. I've built a lot of really good relationships with the faculty here, both in the bio and chem department and outside of that. So for me, it was really about the atmosphere that the college brought. I will also say that for me, I went sports bio with the intention of some sort of pre-med. As Dr. Kinnell said, I did decide on pharmacy. One of our new faculty members, Dr. McNeil, sorry, she actually is now the pre-med advisor. So if you are interested, she is definitely the person to reach out to, ask any questions you have. She will gladly help you along the way. Anything else? Any other specific questions I'd be glad to answer?
Yeah, you're also a work study student, right? So what's your
Yes.
experience there?
Yeah, so I also work in the biochem department. If you can't tell, I do love Shubimus. So that is my favorite building to be in on campus. So I work with Sarah, who is the lab coordinator, very amazing person. So I help set up in the bio and chem labs, do stockroom assisting, prepping for the labs that we all have to take, helping with the cleanup. So yeah, I can't get enough. I can't get enough of a show.
Great, thank you.
Mhm.
I'll let Dr. Fowler tell you a little bit more about our internships. We do have an interesting course that we just started. So why don't you tell the students about that?
Yeah, so the internships, as Dr. Kendall mentioned a little bit earlier, are for some of these kind of local places like applied chemistries. We have Forest Park Zoo. And so you can go do those and get credit for them. And then we have this other new, relatively new class. We've done it one time, but we're going to do it again. I'll put the website for the class here. We have a class that we go to Costa Rica, and it's the International Tropical Research. And so we take 12 students to Costa Rica during our January break because it's sometimes hard for students to get away for an entire semester abroad, especially if you are an athlete and playing on a team. That can be very difficult. But this is just a 10-day trip during January break before classes start. And we go down and we stay in a tropical research field station, and we collect data. So you actually get to do hands-on data collection in a tropical rainforest. And then you come back to campus with us. So it's me and another faculty member, Dr. Justin Compton. We take you to the rainforest. We haven't lost anybody yet. And then you come back and we teach you how to analyze your data. So statistical methods, how to use coding programs, how to write a scientific paper with data you've collected. And then you get to present it at our local research symposium at the end of the semester. So it's a pretty fantastic experience, and we do it every other year. So obviously things were a little bit off schedule with COVID, but we are hoping to do it again in 2022. So you guys would need to take Bioscience 1 and 2 before you were eligible, but after you take Bioscience 1 and 2, then you could be eligible to apply to be one of the 12 for this experience.
Very good, thank you. I'm just posting in the Zoom link for the classes on Friday. So in case you didn't catch it off the slideshow, you can catch it off here. And with that, we will take questions. What would you like to know? Do you have questions for us?
So yeah, I had one. So if I wanted to minor in a business, who would I need to contact at Springfield?
Yeah, so when you come in as one of our majors, you will be automatically assigned an advisor in the department who will advise you on what to do in order to obtain a major in our department. You would have to do the same if you wanted a business minor. We would direct you over to the business department, right? And then you would get an advisor in the business department who would tell you what courses you need to take. But generally, most minors are 15 credits of 200 level courses or above. So you just have to take, so 15 credits would be 5 classes, right? 5 classes at the 200 level or more. So that's the general rule. Some departments have some different requirements, but that's generally the rule.
Okay, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to do it before you got here either. We could do it after you got here and you got situated with your primary advisor in the bio department. Then you could investigate with them to make sure you've done the right paperwork and reached out. There'll be plenty of time for declaring the minor after you get
Yeah,
here.
so once I know who my advisor is, it's just a matter of just asking him or her whether it'd be possible for me to minor in business.
Yep.
Yeah, and it should be very, very possible. There's just one simple piece of paperwork that you would fill out and you would go talk to the business department, like Dr. Kendall said. So pretty simple and no need to feel rushed like you have to do it right now before you get here.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it's common for students to change majors, after their first year. The first year, it take a lot of, first year or two, there's a lot of general education. We call it the core curriculum now, but students take different classes in different fields to see what they like, right? And then they may change majors, it depends. Yep. Anything else? Okay, well, let me just give you my email address here too. And this is my email. All Springfield College email addresses are very similar. It's first initial last name at springfield.edu. So it's very simple. So Dr. Fowler would be the same thing, mfowler at Springfield. So, oh, sorry. That's right.
There's two other M. Fowlers apparently on campus somewhere. So I am the third M. Fowler that they handed that email address out to.
That's right. M. Fowler 3. Yes, yes. So yes, definitely feel free to contact me, and I'll answer any question I receive. Okay, well, thanks a lot for joining us, and I hope you're interested, and you have any questions, please feel free to contact me.
Perfect. Thanks for your time, guys. It was really nice.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Thanks for helping, guys.
Bye.
Bye.